In this opportunity, we are going to talk about a grammar point that is called present perfect. When to use present perfect tense? The present perfect is to talk about experiences, guys. This is important to talk about experience in your life. It is important if we have done it in our lives or not. It is not important when we did it. So the important thing here is to talk about the experience, but not when you did it. For example, I have been abroad 2 times. I have not specified when I did this, but the important thing is that I have done the action. Anna has never broken a leg. Okay, this is an experience that I'm talking about my life, about Anna's life, that she has never broken a leg, but I'm not being specific in the time. Have you ever eaten sushi? This is another type of question than when we use a present perfect. Have you ever eaten a sushi? You do this question to talk about an experience, talking about a specific food. Then we use never and never with present perfect tense to talk about experience. Later on, I'm going to talk about this, never and never. But with the present perfect, we have another uses. For example, duration from the past until now. So the action started in the past, but it still affects you in the present. For example, I have had a headache for 3 hours. So this activity started 3 hours ago, but you still have this headache. So this is why you are talking about duration. Events in the past and at a specified time. You haven't been to that beach yet, so it's an event in the past, but you are not being specific. Again, you are not being specific with the time. Repeated events in the past until now. We have had a lot of tests at school this year, so the year has like around for 3 months, so you have had many tests. The action started at the beginning of the year, but it still affects you till today. Change over time. Your son has grown a lot lately, so you are talking about the change that this person have had since the moment that person born till today. Uncompleted actions. He hasn't finished his homework yet. So maybe this person started this activity in the morning, but right now I'm saying this activity in the afternoon, and the person hasn't finished his homework. So, but what is the specific structure that we need to follow with the present perfect? In the affirmative, we need a subject, obviously, and pay attention here. When we talked about perfect structures, we need as an auxiliary verb. And this auxiliary for this specific structure is have or has. So, subject, have or has, and the verb, but the participle verb. It means that you need to find the participle verb in the third column of the conjugation of the verbs. So you have first the present, then you have past, and at the third column you have the participle. So that is the one that you're gonna use for this. I have played. He has gone. As you can see, we change have or has depending on the person that we are using. Then we have the negative structure. Subject, haven't, hasn't, or have not, has not, plus the verb also in participle. I haven't played. He hasn't gone. And pay attention here, guys. We have a verb, for example, played. With play is a regular verb, that's why you ended in ed, but we have another type of verbs that are irregular, so you need to change it. And here with those verbs that are irregular, you can see the change in participle. Interrogative, guys, we have only the thing that we're going to do is switch the position, change the position, have or has at first, then the subject, then the verb and participle. Have you played? Has he gone? So we use ever and never. Ever means at that time, and we use ever in questions, most of the time in question, and goes between the verb have and the past participle. For example, you have have you ever played basketball? As you can see, we place it after have and before the main verb. And never is a contraction of not ever. We use never to make negative statements and go between the verb have and the past participle. He has never seen him. As you can see, you can use it also both in positive statements, but in most of the cases ever is for questions and never is for negative statements. Also, with this present perfect tense, we use a specific time expressions. Again, it's not important to specify the time, but sometimes you can do it, and we do it by using specific structures like for or since, and ago too. For and since use it to say how long the action has taken place, but they have differences. For example, Jill is in Ireland. She has been there for 3 days. Jill is in Ireland. She has been there since Monday. As you can see, for is used for a period of time. When you are using for, you are specifying some days, some periods of time. If you say for 3 days, what it means? 1, 2, 3 days. It's a period of time. But if you are using since, it's you are referring to a specific period of time, the start of that period. For example, since Monday, you are not saying a period, you are specifying the starting point, the start of the period, Monday. As you can see, so that's the difference. For is for periods and since is for a specific starting point in the past. And you have some expressions with for 3 days, for 3 days, for an hour, for a week. And since Monday, since 9 o'clock, since 24th of July. So this is the difference. For is for periods and since is for specific periods of time. So this is basically present perfect. Remember, it's for talking about experiences and things that started in the past and continue to the present. You use it to talk about experiences, as I said again. And the important thing is the experience itself, not the period of time. But when you use periods of time, you use expressions like for, since, and ago.